Shut up, compressor.
Yeah, low shape proposed. Repeat the approach. Search for the set to allow initial recapture position for unit performance.
Hey everyone, Matt here with Duke's Models, and welcome back to the ongoing Zoukei-Mura F-4G Wild Weasel build. Now in this installment, I'm not actually going to be building anything. I'm actually going to be exploring a couple of different options. Mainly having to do with, well, exclusively having to do with the engines and the exhaust. So this is the backside of the Zoukei-Mura F-4G. You can see the internals of the J79 engine up in there. The really important part for our purposes is, you see a little tab down there? That's what mounts and locates the J79 so that everything is hunky-dory. Now to go ahead and have some fun with this, the exhaust nozzle of the kit basically is two parts. So you got this crazy looking thing here with all these veins on it. That just kind of smooshes it into... It's fun to do this one-handed while I'm holding the Phantom. There we go. Smooshes up like that. Fuck. Alright, smooshes up like that. And then that whole thing just kind of fits in there like that, right? Now, my only problem with this is that this exhaust is not great. It might be slightly more detailed than the Hasegawa kit that came out 40 years ago, but not by much. So that got me thinking about the aftermarket option. And I originally wanted to go with ResKit because I had it. And to be fair, their exhaust does look delicious. I mean, detail is wonderful, all that kind of stuff. But when I went to put it in, and I can't do that right now because this is taped up, and this side doesn't have the cool little fairing thing on it. But when I went to put it in, basically what I discovered, or Tim Campbell discovered, I was all over the moon at first and then got really sad. You can kind of make it fit on its own. Everything's happy there. The problem is that the way it's designed, you've got this little ridge right here aft of the pedals, right? It's maybe like, I don't know, a half a millimeter extending beyond the actual exhaust pedals. But that's not the way that these things were. And you basically want the pedals as close as flush to possible with the fuselage. So that thing basically creating what looks like a gap is just not anybody's friend, which is really annoying. So I was sad realizing that, but I couldn't unsee it, and I went and I ordered pretty much every possible aftermarket engine exhaust thing I could find. I'm sure there are others that I haven't found yet, but these are the ones that were easy and quick to grab. And so first, in a abusive relationship style move, I went back to something that has hurt me before, GT Resin. Every time I've bought anything from them, it has sucked. Just sucked. It's had holes in it, it's been warped, it's been just, not good. And repeat. What the shit is this? I mean, it came in like a fucking Ziploc bag and just warped all to hell. And not even, it's not even that it's warped. Like, I know what J79 exhausts look like, and they don't have square holes in them all over the place. You can look at these things and they're solid. They're not that. So, yeah, I've given them a shot too many times. These are just, yeah, I'll step on them later. All right. Next up, I got the Aries exhaust. Now, these seem promising at first. They look nice. But honestly, they don't, I don't know. They're a slight improvement over this, but they don't feel all that super amazing better. The inside looks nice, though. The problem with these is twofold. First of all, if you build them all the way out, which includes like another piece on here, like, I don't know, like so somehow, and then there's like a compressor face that goes on the back, it's like there's a whole cylinder you're making. that requires you cutting off the J79, the kit J79, like in half and mounting this to that, and that's a whole other thing. The other issue is that this flange here, this raised lip on this part, is actually a little bit too deep, too long, whatever. And so it makes the other part of, the actual exhaust pedals and stuff stick too far out. It's almost like, and this will be a shock to exactly nobody, it's almost like Ares designed these for the Hasegawa kit and then just stuck a new model number on them and sold them for the Zoukei-Mura kit. That's, honestly, probably exactly what has happened here. So, sweet. Good job, guys. Fun. My last hope for this was the Eduard exhaust. The third set that I purchased was the Eduard exhaust. And these look pretty good. I mean, they certainly look, they're at least on par with the Ares set, if not a little better. They still have some of that fun detailing on the side like the Ares and the ResKit ones have, which is kind of there. It's subtle on these, which is good because it's subtle in real life too. No real hatred here. There's nothing bad going on. The gray resin's a bit sad though. I don't know. This little chunker goes in here, just kind of like so. And then all that happens, really, is you just take the engine, and it's got these little, you can see in here, sort of around the top edge, it's got these little, almost looks like Morse code dashes. And those just kind of grab onto the Hello Moth. Those just kind of grab onto the teeth of the exhaust up in here. You can kind of see barely around the outside. And so that little piece is a pain in the ass. And so basically that just does that and kind of locks in place. Now, the fit of these is pretty good. It's not quite as good as I would like. If I twist it in a certain way, I can get a nice, good outer ring there. Everything looks happy. The cool thing is that these work just swimmingly with the kit engines. So that's probably the route I'm going to go, unless I find something even better down the road. But, I just have to say, if you're making exhaust for an aircraft like this, give people the option to just use the fucking kit engines. Like, I don't care about way down there. It's nice that you do it, but design it in a way that I could just be like, fuck, I don't care about all that stuff. Just give me the exhaust nozzle that will plug onto the kit engine and just call it a day. Like, that's all people want. You could even probably sell, 20 times more of those. But anyway, that is kind of a quick overview of the aftermarket engines available. At this point, I'm still leaning toward these Eduard engines. And if I don't use those, it'll be because I'm using the kit engines, which are, I don't know, sad, but at least I don't have to cut anything and sacrifice anything. And who knows, they may look fine once I paint them up. I may decide, fuck it, I'll just use those instead. But honestly, I'd probably rather use resin than try to clean up these fucking sprue gates on the inside of the exhaust where there is detail. Come on, guys. Like, they could have been done better. So that is that. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all later.